I've just got a quick one today. What I'm trying to show you, I'm just going to empty that table. Uh, so, so what I have is an hypothetical situation. It's not exactly what happened, but I'm just going to show an example of how you can create a trigger in the database, and then the trigger can sort of manipulate election results. I'm not saying this happened, I'm just saying it's an hypothetical situation. And what I'm saying is it's not a myth. If you have the right access, it's possible to do it. And the question is whether, I mean, you can hide your tracks if you're doing that. Because if you do it this way, then, I mean, you leave tracks. You've created a trigger, and the trigger is in the database. So, yeah, so I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying it's possible to do something that can manipulate the results. So it's not entirely impossible. So what I've done, I've created just a sample table that holds the results. The assumption is after the elections have been counted, they copy the 34 DOC form. I'm not sure which form it is, and then they enter the results on a web front somewhere. But I'm just going to do everything here in the back end. So I've created a table, and then this is the trigger that I've created. So basically, a trigger is a small SQL statement or program, and what it does is it's fired when a specific event is met. So you describe some rules, and when that's met, then the trigger is fired. So for example, I've created that trigger, and what I'm telling it is to increase the results by 0.012 for every result of Uhuru. Again, it's just an hypothetical example. I'm just teaching people about triggers, but I've just got this weird example in mind. So what I'm going to do, so the results have come out, and that's the first count in Mombasa County. So I'm just going to insert that into the table. I mean, they wouldn't have done this in the actual election. So someone would have translated the data through a web front or something. So if I take you back to my portal, I think I'd emptied it, but now it has one result. So we only have one result. You can't see anything the trigger has done because it's only one result. I'll go back there, and then say we have the second result. So file that, and then I'll just come to my results. I created just a fake web page, like a talent center. So remember, the actual result was 1,000, but because of the trigger, that table has been updated. So it's added 0.012 to that result. That's why you see that's the result that's displayed on the talent center. So down here we have the national totals sort of. So that was the results from Mombasa County. So I'll just go back to the database, say Dida has 200 votes in Mombasa. So I've inserted that and just refresh our national talent center. So data comes back there with 8% of the national total. But remember, that's increased again. So if you didn't notice, it was, it's increased again. And because of that trigger, so regardless of what is updated, as soon as that comes in, the trigger works. I'll just do another example. So take note of that is 1,254. Come back here, we've got results from Kisumu. So remember that's for one candidate only. It's 2,000. Okay, so 2,000 more. Remember the figure we had on the other side? It's 1254. So when I refresh that, see that's changed, and we haven't. Yeah, so it just changes the overall. So the overall total just changes. Yeah, and then if I put in, I'm just going to add in results from. Okay, so then we'll see what happens again. So on that, see the total is 1,404, and then we added 1,000. So the result should be 2,404, but because the trigger adds up 0.012%, we have 2,692. Yeah, so just see how that goes, and what I'm going to do, I'll say I'll add just another critical one for data for Kisumu County again. Kisumu County, and say he's got another, say 150. Yeah. So I'm just going to round that. So did this good 150. If we come to our talent center, did 200. So it's just going to get 150. But see, not these two, they haven't changed, but this is going to change because of that trigger. So from 2,692, it goes to 3,000. Yeah, so it keeps incrementing. And yeah, so that's basically what I was trying to show you. So it's possible to sort of do stuff in the background in the database if you have the right access. So for the trigger, yes, you need to be able to have a right access to that table. So you really need to have the proper database accesses to do that. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, that's all I had for you today, and thank you.